Have you ever felt stuck trying to make something perfect before putting it out into the world? If so, then this video is for you. Perfectionism isn't about high standards. If no one ever told you, perfectionism is about fear. Fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. Hi, my name is Jermaine. I'm a mindset coach for content creators, and hopefully with the information in this video, you can move forward with being your authentic self. My first tip for overcoming perfectionism is shifting it from perfect to done. If you suffer from perfectionism, or you're a perfectionist, you know that you get stuck in these endless revisions when it comes to your content. And if you haven't picked up on the pattern, this can lead to procrastination. The more endless loops you put yourself in, the harder it will be for you to finish that project, especially if you're looking for perfection. So rather than perfect, the goal is to focus on completion rather than perfectionism. All right, let's do this. Think of a project that you have been putting off for months because you're trying to make it perfect. Do you have one in mind? Now ask yourself this: is that content good enough to be useful? If the answer is yes, go ahead and commit yourself over the next week to get that piece of content out, because sitting on it is not doing anybody any favors. I use a simple equation, the 80-20 rule. If it's 80% there, then I'm going to go ahead and put that content out. That last 20% usually isn't necessary, and that's what keeps you in procrastination mode, because you're trying to become perfect, whatever the vision that you have in your mind to put out to the masses. Fuck that. 80-20. And remember, progress is better than perfectionism. Done is better than procrastinating. Done is always better than perfect. Again, I'm going to say that again. Done is always better than perfect. Tip number 2, challenge your shoulds or supposed tos. Now, if you don't know what that is, perfectionists get trapped in these rigid frameworks that they put up for themselves. Oh, I should be farther along in this. Oh, I'm supposed to be an expert before I start creating any content. Those are all bullshit lies that we tell ourselves, and that's why you should challenge these questions. So, interactive time. Write down any should questions that you have that you've been telling yourself over the last 2 or 3 months. For example, one of mine was, I should know everything before I launch my coaching business. We're going to take that should and change it to I intend or I prefer, because our mind is listening to all of the words that we say. Should is likely to introduce anxiety once that thing has not come to pass. I prefer or I intend changes the directive of that statement, therefore allowing us to go after it without any anxiety. So instead of saying I should be an expert before I launch my coaching business, the better wording of that for our brain would be, I intend to learn as I go and improve from my experiences. That statement is not setting us up for failure. That statement is setting us up for success, because I intend to learn as I go, which this is how you become expert on anything you do, and I will improve based upon my experiences. So if something bad happens, it's no longer seen in a negative light, because I intend to improve from my experiences. So from that bad experiences, I will improve. You understand what I'm saying? Talk to yourself nicely. My little takeaway from this: perfectionism thrives on unrealistic rules. Change the rule and you change the game. And tip number 3, the most important probably one on this list: stop measuring yourself by external validation. Many perfectionists fear judgment. They cannot handle not being seen in a certain light from their peers or just other people around the world. But once you realize that other people's thoughts about you don't matter, it kind of takes away that edge from trying to be perfect all the time. Other people's opinions do not define your worth. Think of a time where you hesitated to tell somebody something because you didn't want to get a certain reaction from them. Did their opinion matter? Did their opinion change the course of your life? If you were really into something, for example, anybody who's into video games, I'm really loving Monster Hunter right now, Monster Hunter Wilds, and just going on any Reddit post, I'm like, man, I love X, Y, and Z about the game. You're guaranteed to get at least 10 negative comments about the game. Are their opinions changing the value that I have with the game? Not at all, because their opinion is their opinion. It has no reflection on how I feel about this game. And that goes the same with your content. There will be a lot of people who are going to judge your content. Why'd you use this lens? Why'd you use this lighting? I can't see, it's too dark. The colors aren't saturated enough. Everybody's going to have their opinions, but you put that content out. You had a message that you wanted to say and you got it out. Does their opinion sway any of that information? It should not, and it doesn't. And here's the truth: the people who are having these opinions about your content aren't the ones putting in your work. You are. You're not here to impress them. You're here to create. Keep that in mind next time you get a negative comment. And as always, create for yourself, and the people who rock with you will find you. Promise you. So, a few takeaways before we get out of here. Perfectionism is fear disguised as high standards. But fear should not move us. Action should. So when that fear comes up, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this something that I need to be feeling in this moment? And if not, let it go. So my challenge to you is take one piece of content that you've been sitting on for at least, let's say 2 weeks. One piece of content you've been sitting on for 2 weeks. Within this week, put that piece of content up. Don't have it be perfect, just have it be done. That's my challenge to you. So let me know in the comments below, what's one thing that you're going to work on this week that you haven't worked on in quite a while and that you're going to put up and have it completely done. Let me know. I'm interested to see my one piece of content that took me like a month to finish, the autonomic nervous system. That video is up on the channel. You should go check it out. Really valuable information in there. If any of this information resonated with you and you want to get a one-on-one with me, go ahead and hit the links in the bio, set up a discovery call, and I'll see if I can help you on your journey to become a great content creator. As always, protect your mental, keep creating content, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.